Hello, I am Hello, I am Daniel, and today I will be explaining the shell sort algorithm. What is the shell sort? It is a generalization of the insertion sort. In this sorting algorithm, we compare elements that are distant rather than adjacent. We start by comparing elements that are at a certain distance apart. So if there are n elements, then we start with a value where the gap is less than n. In each pass, we keep reducing the value of the gap till we reach the last pass when the gap is 1. In the last pass, shell sort is like insertion sort. Consider the following unsorted elements: 90, 98, 19, 13, 60, 56, 14, 45, 82, 49, and 37. We will be sorting them in the descending order. There are a total of 10 elements, so we can write that n equals to 9. Now we will find a gap that is not greater than n, where we're using the formula gap equals to floor n over 2. However, we will use n as 10 because there are 10 elements in the array, and 9 refers to including of the 0. So therefore, for the first pass, the gap equals to 5. When the gap equals to 5, it means that if index 0 is considered as the first element, then the next element will be at index 0 plus 5, which is 5. And the third element will be at index 5 plus 1, 5 plus 5, sorry, which is 10. However, there is no 10th index in the above array, so we will only have index 0 and 5. Similarly, if index 0, 1 is considered as the first element here, then the next element will be at index 1 plus 5, which is 6. Fine. So this will be the second element. And the third element will be at index 6 plus 5. However, there is no 11th index as well in this array, so we will only have index 1 and 6. We then swap the elements if they are not in the correct position, such as this one and this one. Let's now sort these elements to see how the shell sort will work. We start from index 0 and mark the elements with gap 5 apart. Since we are doing a descending order sort, the first compared element should be more than the next element gap 5 apart. Is 98 more than 14? Yes, we do not have to swap the elements, and now we move on to the next group. Is 19 more than 45? No, so we do have to swap the elements and move on to the next group of elements gap 5 apart. Then we keep doing it and checking until everything is okay. Then we move to the last index of the array. This means that we have completed pass 1, that it's time to move on to pass 2. For the next pass, we will reduce the gap using the formula new gap equals to floor gap over 2, where the gap is the previous pass's gap value. Even though it is 2.5, we lower down the value to the nearest integer here for the next pass gap. So for pass 2, we have gap equals to 2, and we keep doing it with gap equals to 2 until it is all yeses. If there are pairs that have no, after checking on the pair, we move back to the pair before this using the adjusted numbers, and we check to ensure that it is a yes as well for this question, and we do not have to swap the elements. Then move on to the next group of gap 2 apart elements. And check before, and this one we have to check again because it is also swapped until there is a yes. Then, since we have reached the last index of the array, this means that we have completed pass 2, and it's time to move on to pass 3. For the next pass, we reduce the gap by again, and the new gap is now 1. And we keep doing this until the end. We reached the last index of the array, so now this is now a sorted array, and that is how you do the shell sort. Thank you.